Hey guys, FrozenStag here, and welcome to a Total War Hotseat draw, which we haven't done in a while. Essentially, the premise of this video is to go through a bunch of factions, wheel spin, and then wheel spin the player at the same time, and then we get a player who's playing that faction, and it goes into this list. Essentially, that is the premise of this video. Now, this is not an announcement of the hot seat. The hot seat's already been announced, and it's already had 18 players, so I don't think we need any more than that. However, if some of you are interested, then the Hotseat Hub is the place to come. Maybe you might say if some player leaves, you might be able to take his faction potentially, but we'll see, or her. There are women that play Total War 2. So yeah, essentially Total Chaos is it's basically a mod using Retrofit, but it's using the Total Chaos mod, which basically randomizes every single thing in the world. Makes it very crazy. And so that's decided to do a hot seat for this. I'm taking the position as co-admin, not main admin, just co-admin. Because I don't really want to get massively involved, really. I don't really have the time these days to partake in hot seats and playing and hosting them these days. I'm still currently got 3 on the go on my Discord server. So, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, Hotseat Hub is a place to go. I figured if I'm not playing or making hot seats, the least I can do is maybe help out as a smaller admin role. So that's what I'm doing. To support the community and keep it going. So essentially, an example of what the hell you'll be met with when playing this game is this. So if you play Hungary, you'll end up in Switzerland and Normandy and southern Spain. Oh, and a bit of a Turkey as well. And if you play as Portugal, you'll end up in Timbuktu, Romania, and eastern Ukraine, and fucking Belgium. Or you play as the Papal States, you end up in Sicily, Edinburgh, Ukraine, eastern Trebizond. Yeah, you get the gist. So yeah. So all factions available apart from the obvious, the Timurids, Mongols, Aztecs, obviously. Papal States is playable, but I did suggest that we add a rule into if the Papal States lose their settlements, they go AI, because otherwise the Papal States will come back and keep living and will refuse to die, essentially. But yeah, those are the rules, that's all the stuff, that's the player list, etc., etc. Not basic information. Doesn't really need to be a lot of like over the top pump and explanation. You know what you're getting into. You go from there, really. But yeah, let's get on to the video. So, first order of business is a spinning wheel. I have sorted it. I'll sort it again for you. So put them in alphabetical order and I shuffle it. And then I'm going to do that every single time after the list runs out. So yeah. Whoever the hell's playing as the Pope, I expect some decent RP. Femza, who has been playing Hot Season years. I remember first hearing Femza's name in a Soul Hot Seat video a long time ago. So Femza. And the faction he will be playing is... Drum roll, please. Denmark, okay. Now, just to quickly gloss over the map you just saw. That isn't what is... That isn't the... that's just an example. Now, I will probably make sure there is a turn 1 map so everyone can see where they are and just makes it more interesting. Or it might not, we'll see. See how much chaos we want to put into this campaign. But God, look at Scotland. Scotland's got like Damascus, Eastern Turkey, not Eastern, like Middle Turkey. I think it's Iconium, I think. Look at that. Greece. What's the name of the city? Starts with a T. Thessalonica. Not Croatia. Austria. Is that Latvia or Estonia? I think. Denmark. They do have Inverness though in this one, but yeah. But yeah, that's essentially what's going to happen. The turn 1 map will be completely different. It won't be exactly like this. So, if Ems is currently thinking, oh, I'm going to be playing over there and there, no, you're not. This is just an example. So, the map will be shown in turn 1 to see where everything is. So, yeah. Right. Next one. God. So that's 1 player down. Okay, the Papal States. Now I expect strict Pope roleplay. Definitely. Yeah, I want some RP in the channels. I want RP, loads of RP. Give me the RP that I desire. We have had some people that have done decent Pope RP. I'll show you an example while I'm at it. This Hotseat, I think. Where is my Pope IE RP? That guy's done decent. What, this guy did the No, this guy did some decent RP. And this guy did some really good Papal RP. It keeps an AP for some reason. What am I on about? Pope Ray, I don't think he's around anymore, but his RP for the Pope was absolutely fantastic. I've never seen decent RP like that before for the Pope, and yeah, I want more of it. Give me more. And also, on a second note, I want some RP. I want some serious in-law RP about this Hotseat. I mean, you might struggle with the Total Chaos Hotseat, but regardless, I want to see some attempts at our RP anyway. Like, if people start doing RP, that'd be cool. MT! The perfect man for the Pope. Yeah, probably. Right, MT. It's on you, man. Bring me the Papal States RP. Right. Yeah. Right, move you on to the next faction. It's going to be Eisenbard, who has played in a few Hotseats before. We're playing as Sweden in one of the RP Hotseats. But yeah, I don't do as much Hotseats these days, for those people wondering why. Don't particularly have the time, to be honest, quite honest. It's either YouTube or Hotseats, so you have your choice. And I know many of you would rather me do YouTube, and I personally enjoy doing YouTube much more. But maybe in the future we might have a crack at some more Hotseats as time goes on. But Eisenbard's playing as Poland, so hopefully he gets on with them quite nicely. Epic Total War comes next. A very renowned player and very, very, very good at the game. So, be interested to see who he has to play as. Venice. Not bad. Is that not a really OP faction? I wouldn't say it is too OP, so I don't think Epic's going to, like, dominate. I mean, he probably will dominate the world somehow, but who knows? And a Hotseat like this, but it's completely chaos and all over the place. Anyone could win, pretty much, if you play it correctly. General Dragon, now going over a bit of history for Dragon. Dragon's been playing Hotseats for many, many, many years. And he is in charge of hence director, he is in charge of the entire Hotseat hub, and obviously the councillors, myself, Jadley, Celestia, and other people. So it seems he will play in the Holy Roman Empire, which is interesting. Now, normally I'd be like, okay, that's a really OP faction, he'll probably defeat everyone. But no, the hatred might be all over the place, so who knows? Right. Let's go to the next player. Many of you will I remember I did a bunch of Hotseat overviews a long time ago. I never bothered with them anymore because I just didn't have. They were so out of date that I hardly remembered what had happened, so I just didn't bother. Maybe we might in the future do some of the Hotseat overviews with the current 3 Hotseats. I might do a little Hotseat overview where I talk over what happened for those interested. Really for the benefit of the players more than anything. France. Now France does some decent cavalry and crossbowmen, so maybe Mergel might put them to use. Right. Yeah, maybe we might do some Hotseat overviews with like nearer the time. Did I forget to do them? Yeah, I guess I did that one. Zender is I think he played in one of my stainless steel Hotseats many, many moons ago. So, cool. But yeah, Zender I remember being a pretty decent player. And he's getting Hungary, which... Hungary was interesting to me as a faction because they have these cool Battlefield Assassins, which was really cool. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I want to play Hungary to test those Battlefield Assassins for some, I don't know why. Maybe it'd be fun, actually, on a YouTube note, to potentially do a series on using this mod, and maybe for other mods as well, to see what sort of chaos would unfold, especially in Divide and Conquer. That would be really difficult, but interesting. For a Hotseat, that would be difficult, but for a series, it might be more interesting, depending on how it goes. Bear in mind, which you may remember as a YouTuber who used to do a lot of like Westeros Total War stuff and Hotseats and whatnot. He's playing Sicily. Cool. Home to the Norman Knights. But yeah, Barry Knight doesn't do YouTube anymore, for those wondering, which is a shame. He was a great content creator. Maybe he might. Maybe this might be the Hotseat that spurs him into creating content. Who knows? But it'd be great to see him return again. So Let's Go is obviously the host of the hot seat. Now, as a host, he is not partaking in the hot seat. He is just playing because he wants to. And he's playing as the Byzantine Empire. May try and restore the Empire of Rome. Which may or may not go well. I don't know why I keep saving. Paranoia. But yeah, Byzantine Empire, good luck. I'd like to see you try and do some RP for Rome. And if you can reform the Roman Empire, I will be impressed. Overload, who I have not ever heard of before. I think he's a new player. So, let's see what we have for him. Is he a new player? Let's find out. Probably, yeah. Fairly new. Right, where was I? So, Overload. He is playing as Scotland. Not a bad faction. Okay, that's Scotland. Right, okay, cool. Let's move on to the next player. But yeah, I was quite enjoying doing wheel spinners. I think it's just fun. It's just fun to see what random stuff you get into. And deciding the fate of many players is also kind of fun. Lord Krokgar, which name rings a bell, but I can't quite say if I've seen any Hotseat before. I definitely see his name somewhere. Yeah, I guess since so I assume he's been playing Hotseats for a while. He's playing the Turks, which are quite good for their missile cabs, so see how he gets on with them. Yeah, maybe with like actual proper series, you might actually start doing wheel spinners for certain things. But then again, sometimes ideas pop into my head and I just go with it. Oh. Colonel Popper, which I've seen in quite a few Hotseats of mine. He's currently in a staying still Hotseat at the moment. And he's playing as the Moors, which is in very good fashion. Well, very much like desert stuff. If it'd be in the desert, who knows? NWMV, interesting username. Let's see what faction is for him. I think he's just joined the community actually, so maybe. Not a country loyal to the CCP directs this massacre. Okay. Wait, what? I'm confused. Okay. Moving on. Egypt. Okay. Kind of concerned with that player now, but that's luck to you. Moving on. Do it with the player first, that'd be easier. But yeah, if I do like wheel spinner for series, it might be kind of interesting. RP Fighter, he has been playing Hotseat long, many times. Many times over he's played Hotseats. And a good friend of mine. Plays Russia, which I remember him playing Russia before. I think it was Russia, it might have been Poland. In a custom campaign Hotseat. It was one I covered on the channel, so maybe he'll be restoring the Russian Empire, although it's probably not a good time to play Russia at this time, this sort of period in history at the moment. Illusionist, I've seen him in a few Hotseats before. Don't know if he's ever joined any of mine though. When I say mine, I mean like the ones on my server. Spain, not a bad faction. Maybe restore the Spanish Empire potentially. Well, in this time period, it's the Spanish Empire. Melissa, who is a admin of my server and a good friend. And see what fashion she will take. Portugal. Okay, not bad. No point shuffling it. There's only 2 factions left. Oh, good. Dongalord, I've seen him in a few Hotseats before. He's... And then we'll go to him in a minute. Should just spin the wheel. Dongalord, and you are playing Milan. So that means our final player will be playing England. Which I think he joined recently new. I think he is. I think so. No, maybe not. Someone joined there with new. I can't remember who it was. I think it was him, maybe. Or that guy. Right. So Bitman will be playing as the glorious Kingdom of England. So hope you play them well. As an Englishman, I would be disappointed if they die. But at the same time, I don't care. So yeah, those are the factions. Femta is Denmark, MT is Papal States, Eisenbar is Poland, Epicter War is Venice, Director General Dragon is Holy Roman Empire, Mergor is France, Zenda is Hungary, Berry Knight is Sicily, Celesco is Byzantine Empire, and Overload as Scotland. Lord Krokgar as the Turks, Colonel Popper the Moors, NWMV Egypt, RP Fighter Russia, Illusionist Spain, Miss Melissa Portugal, Dongalord Milan, and finally Bitman as England. So there you go. Which we'll be sending him off to the. But I'll tell you what, I'll do it on camera now. Quickly do a little. There we go. I'll put a message out to Celesca and Jimmy saying it's done. And this video is going up today, by the way, for those wondering. Like literally as soon as I upload it, I'm gonna press public. So it might not be a comment. It might not quite be processed to HD yet. So give it. If you're watching it, I support you, and you can probably see it. But for HD, it might take a while. Yep. There you go. Done. Now the Chaos unravel, I suppose. And yes, I do have Secret in the background. I need to go do some recording in a sec. But yeah, that's the faction assignment. I'll leave that up for now and just close that for now. And yeah, but those wondering why a bit more about the hot seats, essentially they work by having an information channel, and obviously you have hot seats on the Total Center. But in this sort of day and age, you have more I've seen on Discord. The lobby is a channel for general chatting and whatnot. Submissions where you send your turns and screenshots. And Diplomacy RP is a nice little channel for just RPing and whatnot. Some examples here. I'll show you some starting stuff for a Barbarian Invasion hot seat, which I was suggested that should be done, and Jimmy took that ahead. And I think that's a really good idea because it's really cool. The Barbarian Invasion is one of my favourite time periods, and I really like the obviously not. It's not really time period, more for the 395 period of the fall of the Roman Empire and split of the West and East and whatnot. These are my hot seats. Obviously, I put a little bit more detail into my channels, which is probably over the top a bit. But at the same time, I feel as if like this should be a prelude so people know what's going on. Admin's cabin should be shown as visible. There should be install guides if people don't know what they're doing. The list of how to install what, because Saints still has like what's the word? Different gameplay options, so you should have that visible. Which ones you need to use. A playlist should be out, and then you should have a turn order in the submission channel to what the hell people are doing. And there's stuff to install as well. I forgot to add in the rules. There's your rules in clear sections, so you know what you're looking for. There's a exploit list, so it's full of like exploits and bugs and stuff like that. So if anything's not on here, it'll probably be on there. And obviously I put up the turn 1 map, so there's and I tend to do map updates every turns. So my better examples I can show you are with this hot seat. Turn 20, Aces of 100 Kingdoms, Petty Kings, and there's turn 1, turn 10, and turn 20. Did one for the Divine Conquer hot seat as well. Turn 1, turn 10, and turn 20. So yeah. And just to give you an example, there's your submissions. People do end up talking in the submission channels. I'm not overly bothered unless it gets to the point where like no people can't find their turns and whatnot. But there you go. And you see people are showing the screenshots as well, which is what you're meant to do. You can obviously show the banners and screenshots. I'm not overly bothered about banners being visible these days, but if they are, they are. If they're not, it's not the end of the world unless people are deliberately cheating. And the Diplomacy stand is just, yeah, this one was really good. Big Kiwi did a great big massive Quasmium Empire like RP, which was really cool. Jimmy did a bit for the Holy Lands, did a bit more as well. Some people just tend to stick up their trade rights for some reason. You don't really need to do that, to be fair. But yeah, I always love a bit of RP in my hot seats, so anything RP related is really good. So RP here, House Bracken RP, and that's about it. And some more there. The White Walkers RP, which is a lot you can do for the and yeah. Titus just memeing the others, which is kind of funny, and there's a diplomacy stand. For the big quick key, we did a bit for Rohan as well, which is pretty neat. And I think I did some RP as well. Basically, I brought Sauron in via commands and whatnot, so I did a bit of RP for that. So I basically sat down one day and was like, you know what, fuck it, let's write some RP, and I just went ahead. And Big Kiwi did a bit more with Dale and Darwinian, so yeah, Big Kiwi seems to be like the MVP of the RP at the moment. But yeah, that. But yeah, and that is it. For those wondering why I have my own Discord channel, if anyone really cares, essentially I just prefer to have my own sort of like place where I can do my own hotseats, my own stuff, without having to like being told what I can and can't do. So it's always nice to be able to just do my own stuff on my own Discord server. And hopefully in the future we may look at doing some more hotseats if I get time. I may even like get other people to set up hotseats for me, just to get things going. So if people come to me and ask for suggestions for hotseats, I'll say go ahead. There will be a couple of requirements. It's mainly the requirements you see here, which I think are... where is it? Hotseat advertising. Yeah. So basically, where is... I can't remember where it is. Is it here somewhere? No. Ah, here we go. So yeah, obviously you can do this in the Hotseat hub as well, but if you want to do it in mine, you can. Yeah, 2 admins are needed. Main admin to do the main stuff, and the co-admin to stand in for the admin. And obviously, if worse comes to case, and say if I'm not admin in these Hotseats, then I'll step in and admin for them if both of the admins are out of action for whatever reason. Yeah, one of them can't participate in the Hotseat of the players. Usually the co-admin, I prefer to not take part in the Hotseat. But if the main admin shouldn't take part in the Hotseat, but the co-admin can. But, obviously that co-admin has to be trusted with the admin password as well as playing. And the Hotseat must be full, so all announced slots, the Hotseat must be filled with players before it can start. Now, obviously, I will probably, say, because I know what Hotseats are like, and you can't get a Hotseat with like 20 plus players these days, since you probably could. We got 18 for the Chaos Hotseat, but keep in mind that there are a few like rules that I'll stick in myself that I'll be like, what, we can't do this. You can't like if players keep leaving, then the faction will just get turned AI or just be destroyed, because it's just a pain in the ass these days to get replacements. The Hotseat community isn't big enough to just get replacements every 5 seconds. So yeah, and I probably will make people do Hotseats a bit with a smaller amount of people, not like loads and loads and loads of like slots, which is ridiculous. Every Hotseat's really basic channel is information and rules, so that's sort of what I want as well. Obviously RP channels are just a nice sort of addition if you want that. I'm sure you can probably do RP in lobby, but I can just stick it in for you. But yeah. But that's sort of the basic thing. If you want to do Hotseats on this Discord, I'll do it for you. I'll set up the stuff, and then you can just put your stuff in it, essentially. That's basically it. It's not what I can do. There's not what I need to do, really. But yeah, that's it for this video. There's not really else I can add. I just wanted to give you a little tangent about the Hotseats and stuff like that as well. But essentially, that's it. That is the video done. The factions and players have been decided. And best of luck to you all. Maybe I might do a little... Hotseat overview for this one, because I'm actually getting involved in this one. I don't do it for like all the Hotseats on here, because that's ridiculous, because I don't really know what the hell's going on. Hopefully Crusade Jihad will be forbidden, because otherwise it will get a bit over the top. Although for extra chaos, it would be kind of funny. But yeah, maybe we'll do like a little overview for this, just to see who won. I'm sure some people will be curious. And maybe I'll do a few videos for the DAC Hotseats, over who won, although the way it looks at the moment it's a bit of half and half, really. Although it has changed in turn 20, I know that. Maybe we'll probably do one of the Petty Kings Hotseat, would be kind of cool. There's a lot to talk about there. The Ironborn have conquered the Riverlands in the west, and Dane has taken over the Stormlands at Dawn. The Esselmonts control the Stormlands. The Reach is getting ripped apart by Tarbeck. The Arryns control the Vale. The Targaryens are controlling the Crownlands and parts of the Vale. The White Walkers are coming south and destroying everyone as they go, so it's quite interesting. And obviously here you could say Daimroth are attacking the Ardenheim, hitting them hard. Gondor's going after Mordor. Angmar's coming from the south and has already ripped out Breland and the Dunedain. I don't know what that white one is. Is that Gondor? I think Gondor, actually. I think Gondor got some territories in the north. Let's try to keep them alive. The High Elves still around. The Ered Luin pushing against Angmar. The Edelwife have come out from the south. Isengard and Dunland are still powerful. The Winians going after Rune pretty hard. Cand is in the south. But yeah, the way it looks here, the evil factions are doing quite well in the north. Relatively well. Well, actually, nothing in good the bad stead, so maybe not. But the evil factions are doing well quite here. In the east is where it's going kind of poorly, depending on how Mordor gets on. Even with Sauron, they won't hold on for long. And obviously, for the stainless steel Hotseat, it hasn't been enough. Haven't got to turn 10 yet, so I can't really tell you what's going on. But there's a lot of war, so yeah, maybe we'll do Hotseat overviews for these three, and the Total Chaos one as well. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Best of luck to all the players, and may the best warrior win.